Hey there, Spence. Thank you for taking some time to talk with us with metal news.
No problem.
We're thrilled to have the drummer from Archspire with us today. So let's start with the first question. Your upcoming tour with Kataklysm, Aborted, and more awesome bands. What are your expectations for that?
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Every time we tour with bigger groups like that, we always learn more about how to be a better band. We toured with Aborted about 2 years ago, I guess, and we had sort of shitty stage presence before, and just watching them play every night over and over, we really learned what it means to work a crowd. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Those guys, they're a popular band, so they draw pretty good crowds.
Yeah. You have shared the stage with many bands. Let's take Beyond Creation. How are those guys to tour with?
They're awesome. Beyond Creation are really nice guys.
Cool.
They're super funny, and they're one of my favorite bands. So it was awesome joking around with them all day, and then every night getting to watch them play. Awesome. Such amazing musicians.
Cool, man. So what is your favorite Archspire track to play live?
Well, right now we're playing four songs from the new album. Cool. Live as well. So one of my favorite songs is from that album, which nobody's heard yet, except for those who've seen us live.
Unofficial.
Yeah. But from the first album, I'd say it's probably Rapid, just because it's the most challenging song for us to play. I think it's probably most people's favorite song, and it always gets the biggest crowd reaction. So yeah, I'll play that song.
It's a cool song. It's got a lot of power in it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Do you use triggers or microphones, or you mix it up live?
Well, for my kick drums, I just use triggers. I don't have any holes cut out in my bass drums or anything. And for my snare drum, I just use a mic. So we have our own sound guy, and he's helped us set up this in-ear system. So each of us play with in-ear monitors and a click track. So live we have we actually hear him. We hear our sound guy pre-recorded counting us in for the songs. We hear his voice saying 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice.
And then as long as we stay on that click track, the samples fire at the right time. So we have samples like there's some effects from the albums.
Yeah.
There's like some vocal effects, like vocals echoing off and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we've got a few 808 drops, bass drops, and stuff like that. And yeah, cool, it's rad.
So what bands do you listen to at the moment?
Well, it's always a revolving door for me. Right now on my playlist, I've got Origin, Disruption, Odious Mortem, which are gone, unfortunately. Cool band, though. Gorguts, Flesh God, Die Fetus, cool. Beyond Creation, Aborted. There's this band from California called The Zenith Passage.
Yeah.
They're pretty new. They've only got, I think it's just an EP out. That's what I've got, anyways. And
cool.
It's I've been listening to that a lot lately. It's some good stuff.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Cool. So your favorite track on All Shall Align? You know, you also talked about you got some new songs that no one has seen yet on this live, of course. So let's take one of the old songs. What's your favorite?
I think probably again, it's probably going to be Rapid.
Cool.
Yeah, for the same reasons. It's just the hardest one to play, and I think it's just my favorite.
Awesome. So when you hit the CD, you're clicking on that's the one I'm gonna hear, man.
Well, kind of sick of listening to that first album.
Of course. It's your own album, but still,
yeah,
I gotta ask.
Heard it enough times.
So on tour, you obviously had a lot of fun. Can you tell any awesome moments to the fans?
Yeah, sure. So we had one day off in Paris, and we were we were totally broke. We just had a few euros left each. So of course we were going to spend it on beer,
Yeah.
and so we decided that we wanted to go to a strip club and drink some beers. So in North America, there's strip clubs everywhere. You know, you go to the States or Canada, it's any major cities. So we're totally ignorant, and we're walking down the streets of Paris, and we find this place, and we ask the doorman. We say, "Oh, is this a strip club?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You can come in. It's 10 euros. You get a beer, and you can watch the girls dance."
Awesome.
And we're like, "All right, perfect. Let's go in."
Cool.
So we walk into this place, and as soon as we walk in, you can tell it's not the traditional strip club. There's not like a pole in the middle of the room. There's a bunch of small rooms all around, and
Yeah.
it was a bit of a different vibe. So we all sat down together at this one table, and we just got swarmed by these girls that were working there, and they kept trying to separate us. And our singer Ollie, he for some reason agreed to go off with one of these girls. So the rest of us sat there for a few minutes, and Ollie comes running back, and he's like, "Oh man, we gotta get the hell out of here." Well, why? What's going on? He's like, they're trying to rip me off. So I guess what happened is one of the girls asked him to buy her a glass of champagne,
Oh,
and he said sure, and he got the bill for it, and it was 90 euros.
damn.
So 90 euros was about all the money we had all together for all of us.
Oh, fuck.
So we're like, okay, it's time to get out of here.
Yeah.
So we start heading for the door, and the bouncer is trying to push us back. He starts yelling at us in his broken English, saying, well, you guys are bad Canadians, bad Canadians. You're rock stars. You have money. You pay for these girls. And we're like, yeah, we just wanted to watch some girls dance and drink some beers. And he's like, this is a bordello. This is a whorehouse. Where do you think you are? Da, 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 da. We're like, oh shit. So we're trying to collectively push our way out the door. This guy's trying to push us back, and these girls are trying to pull us back in. And it's just this gong show of this mass of people going back and forth. And eventually we all fly out the door. And
Cool, man.
yeah, so we found out there's no strip clubs in Europe.
No.
It's apparently all bordellos.
Yeah, welcome to whorehouse of Europe, man.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Your upcoming album, I gotta ask, can you reveal something to the fans? Anything?
Yeah, sure. So it's with this album, a few things. One, the production is now quite a bit better.
Cool.
We concentrated way more on the songwriting this time than we did last time.
Awesome.
The first album we recorded, we were really stoked on, like Origin and mostly Brain Drill.
Yeah.
And Brain Drill's got all the crazy, super obnoxious sounding riffs, really intense, and we still love Brain Drill. But on this new album, we wanted to concentrate more on the actual songwriting and how everything flowed together.
Yeah.
So it's still crazy technical, but we spent way more time on transitions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the album maybe is slightly more melodic in some parts. It's definitely a lot faster than the first album.
Yeah.
But the main thing is the vocals. The vocals are quite different. Ollie's tone now is much more guttural, maybe a bit more traditional sounding death metal.
Cool.
But where he's really accelerated is with his speed. We call this shotgunning vocals.
Yeah.
And it's basically where he does these vocals super quick. He matches his syllables with the blast beats.
Cool, man.
And yeah, he's just gone so far beyond any other vocalist I've heard do this style.
Awesome, man.
I think as of right now, I honestly think this is the fastest death metal vocals I've ever heard.
Awesome, man.
And it's through maybe 75% of all the vocals are this crazy shotgunning that he does.
Cool, man.
So he's he's really stepped up his game. So I think people, well, that's probably one of the first thing they'll notice is
So
the crazy
you guys have kicked him in the ass or something, or
Yeah, well, you know, when we recorded the first album, you know, we brought him in. He knew some tech death bands, but you know, we just sort of had to explain to him kind of what we were going for,
Yeah.
and he was fast. He was really good, but now he's fully immersed in the music. He understands it, and he's actually taken some influence from some speed rappers from the States.
Oh yeah.
How they work on their breathing, how they work on their quick syllables,
Yeah.
and he's applied it to death metal.
Cool. Man.
So it's not rapping, but it's but maybe using some of the same breathing patterns they do and stuff. He's figured this out. So
Yeah, because some of the raps is pretty fast words, you know, you gotta, say, and in metal there's so much technique with this. It's not just
Absolutely.
say a fucking word. So, and your new album is gonna be how fast are you gonna play?
What the fastest song is?
Yeah.
The fastest song we have, it's 336 beats a minute.
Crazy ass, man.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
it's definitely a painful song to play.
Oh, man, well, I think I'm sure the fans are excited for the new album, man. So, anything we want to say to the fans before we end?
Yeah, just you know, thanks a lot for all the love we get. You know, we're really stoked, and it's rad when people come up to shows. And I don't know, yeah, thanks a lot.
Buy the new album, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Buy the new album.
Cool, man. We thanks Spencer from Archspire for having a free spare time for Metal News.
No worries, man.
Have a fucking brutal day to you, sir.
You too.